Happy birthday, Ophiuchus. I know I didn't do your November. I'm sorry. Why don't we check into, before we go into your December reading, give a little bit of extra time for you and see into the final week of November, leading to the full moon eclipse. Ophiuchus. This is a bonus reading that I really enjoy doing. I love you guys. But it just didn't work out this month. I barely managed through the other signs because a lot of things were going on. And that's okay. It is. You made it through. I made it through. Now let's sail ahead. Show me the remaining portion of November for Ophiuchus. What is this coming week has in store for Ophiuchus, and what do they need to know? Okay. Hermit, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. There's a sense of disappointment when it comes to something emotional that you've invested in. Investing in an emotional state, investing in someone emotionally that you just feel alone. You don't feel that they're around. You feel like whatever you put in isn't reciprocated. This could also be investing in healing of some sort that you feel like you can't see results yet. This is just for the next week-ish. And you feel like you're constantly waiting and hoping and doing everything you can, emotionally, spiritually, financially, in order to resolve it and heal it and progress on with it. And it's like, why is it not showing results? An Ace of Cups is still an Ace of Cups. And a Hermit, although representing time and patience, speak of truth. So, I think what you're doing is actually good. You just need to understand that whatever this is, whether it's your love life or whether it's something you're trying to heal, it's a process and it takes time. And you want to be patient with yourself and kind to yourself. See yourself through the eyes of a loving grandfather. What would they tell you right now? Probably that you're amazing and that you're doing just fine and that they're proud of you. One more and then we'll move to December. I feel like this is a very poignant, potent message. The Lovers. It's like you want to start something new. You want to begin a new path that is clean and clear and cleansed and open and receptive to abundance and opportunity. And so you are working on this, trying to resolve, heal, etc. And you feel like whatever this thing that is taking time is taking away from this new life path or stalling it or holding it back. It's actually just right. It's perfect. We can't see everything from our perspective. I'm guided to tell you that the process that you're going through is just right. It's just accurate. It's not delayed out of any sort of malintent or malicious energies. It's not karmically punishing you, thus stalled. None of that. Some of you simply have been carrying like a wound, a deep, deep pain for a very long time. And I mean like a very long time. It's something that has been really rooted in you. And the process of healing takes a lot of kindness to yourself and flow and allowing. And also, I'm picking up drink a lot of water. Whether it's a physical, spiritual, or an emotional thing you're trying to work through, drink a lot of water. I would recommend clean water. Nothing with fluoride and all that. Ugh. It's not good for you, and it really shuts down your pineal gland. And when I see Ace of Cups and the Lovers, I know first thought is love, but I actually am also thinking about the pineal gland, because the Lovers symbolize the polarity of the mind, of the Gemini archetype, and the Ace of Cups is just this beautiful center of flow and intuition. So, and the pineal gland is right between the two lobes, the right and the left lobes of the brain. When it comes to anatomy, it's responsible to regulate your hormonal balance. It affects the pineal gland, the other gland. Oh my God, you know what I'm talking about, right? You're screaming it at me through the screen. When you have an overworking or an underworking, you know, the gland that is responsible for your hormonal balance, that can either be hyperactive or underactive. So it actually relies on the pineal gland. So that, I will remember it like at the end of the video, right after. I'll press pause when we finish and I'll be like, oh, that gland. And it's also responsible for your intuition, and it's the third eye, right? So it has a very synced and important role, both spiritually and energetically, with your energetic body, but also with your physical, biological body. So it's really important to drink clean water, and fluoride really numbs it down. A lot of people don't know that a lot of their hormonal imbalance is caused by consuming constant fluoride that shuts down your pineal gland, that in turn does all that. Yeah. I'm not a doctor. This is not something a doctor is probably to say. Maybe a very scientific ones that connect the dots and knows these things, but most don't really go there, unfortunately. Anyway, this took a turn. You're really waiting to have your new start in love as well. Okay, guys, I feel like also the lunar eclipse in Gemini will be very meaningful for you in that regard. It will generate the completion of this process. So, good. All right. I'm going to leave them, okay, just for me to watch, and then we're going to continue to December and connect the dots. Okay, guys? Show me what I need to see, please, for Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus Seekers / Seeker 13. Guys, if you want to know more about it, I recommend to go to my Ophiuchus playlist. I have a playlist for each of the signs, and also a playlist for each month. But go to Ophiuchus playlist, scroll back to the first 2 videos I've uploaded for them. Okay, for you guys. The first 2 videos, I give on both of them a very extensive introduction, where I explain my view on Ophiuchus and also Seeker 13. Seeker 13, you don't have to be an Ophiuchus or any specific sign. It's like an extra bonus reading for the month for those of you either feel like you resonate with all the signs in a balanced way, or with none of the signs, or you just want to get an extra reading for me, okay? But really go to these videos, these 2 first videos of Ophiuchus on my channel. Okay, here we go. Ophiuchus, December. Some of you feel really imprisoned by some sort of an emotional heartache, sense of betrayal. A really strong sense of betrayal is coming up for your awareness in this eclipse. right on the cusp of end of November, beginning of December. It's not necessarily you'll find out deception or betrayal. I'm picking up on actually mostly emotions coming up from past for you to deal with. And it's like a lot of you are going to realize that psychologically you've been stuck on fear or doubt or even trauma, emotional trauma for a very long time. Some of you from abusive relationship in the past, some of you from abusive relationships. Some of you, it goes back to childhood. And you operate from that place within relationships. And I think it's going to really come to the surface right in the beginning of the month to show you what is happening inside. And so you could heal it. And that's why the healing was delayed, because you weren't touching the core of the pain. You kept sending healings to the symptom instead of to the core. So let's say you have something physical ailment, a physical ailment, and you keep trying to send Reiki to it, energy to it, different methods of healing to it, and you're like, why isn't it working? Because you're sending healing to the symptom instead of the emotional cause that generates that ailment. You can start now without even knowing the cause by asking for the healing, asking energy and spirit to send the healing to where it needs to go. Too many cards. Be like, I'm not sure where it comes from, I'm not sure the source of it, but please, energy, spirit, divine, whoever you'd like to talk to, please send my healing work and energy and effort to that place, to that root cause. That's it. Okay, nailed it. Thank you. Seven of Wands. I feel like some of you have been fighting the wrong battle. Not on purpose, obviously. You thought you were standing up for something, dealing with something, but it was actually a deflection from dealing with the actual cause, the actual issue, the actual pain. You thought other sources, either within you or outside of you, were the cause, and thus you need to deal with them, or battle them, or stand up to them, when again, they were all just a symptom of something way, way deeper. So as long as you didn't focus on the true cause, you couldn't win. It was just like a lot of effort to no avail. But this is the great thing about tarot readings by tarochis who know what they're doing. To pick up on that. Now that we picked up on that, you know what to do. Now you can heal. Whoop! Ophiuchus. Wow. I love this. Wheel of Fortune, the Rota of Tarot, Rat the Torah, the Wheel of Life speaks the laws of life. Right here, all these letters, see? See? That's what they represent. So, the second you'll touch the core of the matter, all the wheels of your existence will start circling in a different direction in accordance and manifest a different path, a different reality, this new path that you've been hoping for so long and working so hard for. Can't take that away from you. You've been working diligently and wonderfully. But it just needs a slight redirection. It's not about that person, it's not about that guy, it's not about that girl, it's not about that coworker, it's not about that neighbor, it's not about that family member, it's about this thing that has been sitting here for so long. Picking up like on it's almost like the feeling of like a hand grabbing your heart and just holding it constantly and not allowing it to beat freely and send proper blood flow to all the organs. That could also be affecting you physically somehow, because blood flow is really important to so many, everything really. Interesting. So once you manage to free yourself of that grab, of that, these claws, these emotional claws, your heart could beat freely. And it's like your heart chakra, there's something blocked there, no fault. This is no shame and no judgment. This is just pain that you've endured, okay? Hello, everybody. Hello, me. Hello, everybody, okay? But something with you, because you have such strong energy of manifestation and life force, right? You're a combination of Scorpio and Sagittarius. You're like the alchemy of deep waters and fireworks fire. It's like, whoa, like you can create and destroy worlds. So when your core energetic sphere is grabbed and clenched and held, that's, you manifest situations like that, like an almost joy. Oh my god, this could have been so amazing, or this was almost a dream come true, or this was almost like fantasy, but then something was off, or an almost, and it didn't follow through, or it didn't finalize, or it looked so great, and then somehow it got really weirdly and ironically distorted, and like the ironic manifestations kind of thing. Oh, well, yeah, I wanted that, but not exactly like that. It's a little bit, it's that. Your heart is so powerful and can manifest miracles, fantastic life. But that thing is like, it imbues the energy that you echo, thus the life that you manifest with yeah. Focus on your heart space, on your center, and on your solar plexus. Constantly send healing light over there, and don't overwhelm it with what it needs to be healing or where it needs to go to. Just send the energy there and be like, wherever, you know where to go. Do what you need to do. You are terrified of love. Oh my God. It's not what you tell yourself. You try to manifest the perfect partner or the perfect relationship if you're already partnered, or yourself as a lover, whatever, and you're doing amazing and you know all the things, right? But deep down, you somehow sabotage it, whether intentionally or not, whether you are aware of how or not. It's like subtle little things that you don't know that you do, or you don't even do. Somehow it gets translated as if you did that to the other person. Like, it's weird. And it sabotages it. So it's as you manifest wonderful things, you also manifest sabotage because you are so scared of it. If this touches you, please watch this video several times. Okay? Show me more, please. Ophiuchus. Eight of Pentacles. So we move from Seven of Pentacles to Eight of Pentacles, and that's good. That's progress. Focus on one thing at a time. One healing at a time, one manifestation at a time. Like, don't try to manifest a mountain or achieve a mountain, because that's how you never manage to get to the top of the mountain. It's too much, right? One step at a time, one text at a time, one conversation at a time, one date at a time, one page at a time, one document at a time, and before you know it, you're on top of the mountain. You won't even notice. 2 7s, 2 8s. Your spiritual challenge right now, or guidance, is to overcome a karmic loop you've been entangled in and tried to work out of and through. Watch Karmic Shift and Liberation. I made a special project for all the signs. Two of Swords, mind you. Okay, I'm just going to tell you about Karmic Shift and Liberation for a second, and then I'll go into that because it's important. I've done 13 Karmic Shift and Liberation videos. Yours is actually free on my channel. It's called The Immigrant's Empire, Karmic Shift and Liberation. The Immigrant's Empire, Karmic Shift and Liberation. It's on Ophiuchus playlist as well for sure, but you can just look it up. The Immigrant's Empire by the Existential Shift. And if you, whatever other sign you are, you can also watch your other sign. It's on Vimeo and it's on my Patreon on the third tier. The third tier that's called Shifters. Okay, over there on Patreon you have all the signs for unlimited streaming, but you can also find it on Vimeo for separate purchase for whatever sign you want. I recommend to watch your South Node and or Pluto and or 8th/12th house placements, Saturn, you know, those karmic placements. If you don't know them, then watch your sun or your rising, that's fine. But I did really intense work over there on looking into your past lifetimes karma, present lifetime karma, and generational karma, alongside how they all affect your spiritual life, your love life, and your career. And I also, you know, I do runes and oracles, and it's and gypsy oracles. It's like it's a party of karmic shift and liberation. And it's a really important work that I've done, not just for the 2020, but for the 2020s. It's for this decade of shift and expansion, and it's coming up strongly. So I recommend. If you go to my tier number 3, Shifters on Patreon, you will also have included all the extendeds, all the monthly extendeds, and daily rune messages, because you have all of it on my 3rd tier. But it's completely up to you. Just find a way to check it out. Even if you just watched a free one on YouTube, just check it out. Okay, 2 of Swords. Guys, December is when you really deal with some subconscious stuff that you've shoved in a long, long time ago. Some to do with your mother. Something with your maternal connection. Some of you think that a lot of your psychological issues have to do with, originate from something with your father, but a lot of you aren't aware that it's actually really strongly with your mother, okay? A grandmother is also coming up. 2 of Swords is not a card of a choice. 2 of Swords is a card of denial, deep denial that leads to 3 of Swords. When we don't deal with reality because we can't, it hurts too much, we can't deal. It hurts too much. I'm not judging, I'm just saying. Reflection. And so things just worsen. And it makes you close. Something happened that made you close off emotionally, like really strongly. And some of you are really going to like focus on your work. Like, I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with feelings. I can't do this. It hurts too much. I'm too scared. It's too much. And you don't even say it to yourself. You just tell yourself, oh, I need to focus on work now. Nothing wrong with focusing on work. I love work. But it doesn't come from a place of achievements or being goal-oriented. It comes from escapism. You're not running towards work. You're escaping something else using work. So that will also affect your manifestation within work. It will always get somewhat delayed, always on an almost, until you go back to deal with this thing that keeps pulling you down, like anchors you to the bottom of the lake. What? WTF? The bottom? Okay, maybe you know what this is. For those of you who don't, this take it as an analogy. For those of you who do, bottom of the lake. I gave this example, interesting, on a reading for a different sign a long, long time ago. And now it just... Okay, you need to hear this. Are you ready? Think about it like when someone throws a rock to the lake. At first, it makes a lot of waves in the water. Like the rock sinks and the water stir a little bit, but then slowly they calm down and it looks like nothing ever happened. The waters go back to serenity. So seemingly everything is fine. But the rock is still there at the bottom of the lake. So that's the emotional pain. When it happened, it stirred up your life or yourself, you felt it, you acknowledged it. But then you dealt with it, time passed, things went back to be seemingly normal and fine. But the rock is still there. And as long as it's there, the flow will never be fully flowing. You gotta dive deep to that lake and pull that rock out. You gotta go there. You gotta touch it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it to heal. This will blow up if you keep avoiding it. There's a lot of denial on the table, Ophi. And I'm saying it with so much love. I understand. I'm feeling it in my heart space as I'm talking, like, just how painful that is. Because here's the thing. You're an extremely intuitive, emotional person. You pick up energetic subtleties in people's mind frames like that. And if your intuition is off, then that means something is really blocking it, because you naturally are a very intuitive person. Like, you come here with that gift, you know. So it's one thing for someone regular, no offense to anyone, to be blocked, but for you to be blocked, that means it's big. Whatever it is that you think it's fine, go back there. Sorry, that was weird. Okay, let's make more room. I will go a little longer for you guys because it's your birthday and because you didn't get one for November, and this feels deep, so I want to. Okay, let's continue. Show me more for Ophiuchus for December. Temperance, wonderful. So you are taking into account everything I'm saying, and you are healing. And the Sagittarius solar eclipse on December 14th will also serve as a beautiful emotional integration for you. What do I mean by emotional integration? Taking what you feel right now on the surface versus what you've suppressed and felt and has been buried deep and somewhat hardened you, and allowing them to connect and to communicate and become one flow of conscious emotion, where you truly know how you feel, not partly feeling one thing but denying another. It's a very strong card for healing. And I feel like there is someone in your life also, Ophiuchus, and this is coming up now and it's beautiful, wanting to love you, wanting to give you, wanting to show up for you, but you are so in that pain and what happened, or that emotional space, that you're not letting them through. And I feel like there's going to be a crack around. I love that it's so beautiful, because Temperance is symbolically the card that represents in the major arcana the energy and spirituality of Sagittarius. Not necessarily a Sagittarius person, readers, but the spiritual energy of the sign. Not the same thing, unfortunately. If it was the same thing, we would all be enlightened. Okay. Anyway, so this is the card of that sign, and it's the number 14. Temperance is the number 14, and on the 14th of Sagittarius season, there's that solar eclipse. New moon. Very cool. New moon in Sag. Very, very, very cool. That's your point of shifting, where things will start to make more sense, bottom of the Two of Cups. I'm so taking it. Someone wants to show up for you, and it will take you time to believe / see it until you suddenly do, because you will when you will heal that thing within you, and then you'll suddenly realize that this person is freaking gorgeous and fantastic. Aw, Ophiuchus, I'm so happy for you. You'll allow yourself to be loved by them. You'll feel like it's God sent. Show me more about this for Ophiuchus and for the remaining portion of December, please. Show me more for Ophiuchus about this and for the remaining portion of December. I love this. 5 of Swords in the reverse. This is fantastic. This is... Ophiuchus, some of you, you're releasing that within yourself, and some of you, you're releasing that within people you've dealt with, okay? This is the narcissistic deflection energy, the person that tries to have it to, you know, eat the cake and have it too, playing mind games, being super deceptive, but it's in the reverse. So this is an aspect that has either existed in you or in the people you've dealt with, which is pretty much the same because it's all reflection. Watch my 13th element. A narcissist is an empath who had enough. Truth bomb. Truth bomb. Okay, watch it. It's important. It's coming up here. A lot of homeworks you're getting. You're getting a lot of homework from this reading. Okay. Can you imagine what I do in the extended? It's just you're healing it. It's going away. 14 is 5 is 5. It's connected with this love, with this connection, with this romance, whether it leads to happily ever after or not. This is the Two of Cups. This is a relationship that is very loving, very healing. It's not telling me yet anyway if this is your one and only and forever and ever. It does not matter. Either way, it's healthy. Either way, it's loving. Either way, it's healing. That's what matters. Okay, Sarah, Sarah, what will be, will be. The future is not ours to see. Yeah, that's funny. I just realized the irony. What I'm quoting as I'm giving a forecast with tarot. Anyway, good. I'm feeling giddy and giggly suddenly. It's almost like there's a major turnaround mid-month for you. And that's after, oh, the 10 of Cups wanted to pop out. This could be the one. But it didn't fall, so. Maybe it's not for you to know right now. Maybe you want to focus on the Lovers and 2 of Cups energy, on a soulmate healing energy that is very in a loving way, not like in a destructive way. Not in a triggering way, but in a kind way. Just focus on that. Right? Focus on one step of the mountain, one date at a time, celebrating 1 month at a time, until you wake up in the morning and both of you realize you can't live without the other. Let it grow, let it be. Some of you know possibly who I'm talking about, because some of you, you know, have been really avoiding this person because of everything I just described, because you couldn't see clearly through this strong grip on your heart that was preventing it from like echoing towards them and guiding you towards them. But this almost serves as like an awakening or like an awaken. Watch this reading again mid-month of December, please, as a reminder. Put it in your market. I don't know. Put it in your calendar. Save it somehow. Just do whatever. It's really important. For those of you who resonate with this will be the, like, watching this again will really help you kind of swim towards the next step. Because you might encounter like another fear and you'll need another reminder. Put on an alarm clock. 14th, 15th of December. 13? Okay, I'm picking up 13. 13 is my lucky number. On the 13th of December, alarm clock to watch this again. Okay. Confirmation, 4 of Cups in the reverse. You will feel doubts. You will forget about this reading. And you'll go back to the fear. This is just confirming what I just said. Okay, 2 more cards for December for Ophiuchus. The World card. This is a huge completion for you. We have the World, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. Huge, huge, huge completion. You're really ascending out of this. It's like you're finally really free to manifest from your core, from your true faith and from your true flow and creativity without that constantly like sabotage. And there's also an aspect of success, some sort of work success. Three of Pentacles. You're building something really, really big, especially towards the end of December and into Capricorn season. I'm picking up December 21st strongly. Well, duh. Okay, that's the Great Conjunction and a major completion of one aspect of humanity towards a complete new era, according to the Mayan calendar. It's also the winter solstice. December 21st is meaningful for a lot of people, and for you as well. And there's some sort of completion that is both cooperation with someone or even people. This could be more than one person. But this is love and work. And you're also building up something big internationally. For those of you who work in a field that, you know, this could resonate with, or this could apply to, you're getting some sort of major, some accomplishment, acknowledgement from your peers or from whatever. This could be an award. This could be winning something. This is very powerful. Okay, guys, I'm actually super excited to check out your extended. What it will be is focusing on your love life for December. Absolutely. I will do a double pentagram spread, which is a special big spread that shows us into your mind space and heart space and actions, and your person's mind and heart space and actions, and the dynamic between the two of you and how things unfold. And I also finish up with messages from the Celtic runes. And I really dive deep. Okay, so I hope to see you there. You can find it on Vimeo, link is below, but you can also find it for unlimited streaming on Patreon. I would love for you to check out Patreon. It starts at tier number 2, and it includes all the extendeds for all the signs, plus other yummy stuff. And you get to join my community. And by the way, my patrons can book private readings with me. So if you join as a patron on Patreon, you also get the link to booking a session with me, talking to me live on the phone or through a video chat, depends on what you choose. Okay, great. If you're new, subscribe to my channel and press the bell button to receive notifications. And you can join as a member now on YouTube to my channel and support with very humble reciprocation once a month. It's like $1.99, and you get cute emojis, and you stand out in your comments, and you get to reciprocate energy for my work. Yay! I love you. Stay magical and stay true. And I'll see you in a second. Ooh, far away.